HTTP verbs, the request method. Basically, there is a specified way that HTTP servers request request response clients and servers deal with each other. They have these verbs like get. Well, I guess they're not all verbs, but most of the ones you're going to be using: post, put, delete. These all are all indicative of an action that you intend to execute. So the ones you don't usually see are your get requests. These are whenever you go to uh, I don't know, Google. Whenever you go to Google, that's actually sending a GET request. It's getting data for you. So you typically won't see those too much in your day to day life, like visibly at least. You'll interact with them all the time. Anytime you pull up a website, there is a server responding to a GET request to your browser. Uh,
Oh, you were
without it,
gonna
with
use API calls? Is that you'd have to do that? Like if you wanted to like
request, and it would respond. If that route exists, if the address that you've specified exists, it will respond to you with whatever data it has. So get's a big one. Uh, Head, you don't really have to worry about too much, although that one is handy. Post is whenever you want to put, not put, because there is a put. And some of these are just actually semantics, but post is whenever you want to send data across the wire to a server typically. As you can see here, it says it submits an entity to the specified resource. So that's kind of vague here. Typically, what we're talking about, an entity, if you're talking about like front end, back end development, normal web dev, you're sending a bunch of strings basically that are encoded a certain way. And usually, those strings are used to render your UI, the data in your UI specifically. So yeah, you send this basically just says you're sending data across the wire to a specified server is how you can think of it, and then often causing a change in state or side effects. Basically, you're sending data to a server, and something might happen because of it. Is the long and the short of this. And then like post, or I'm sorry, put. I think is pretty similar to post, but it is semantically different, and it does technically mean a different thing, but yeah, they're kind of used interchangeably in a lot of places. I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing or not, but it is what it is. But yeah, in theory, if you're doing a put, you should be replacing all representations of a piece of data. Doesn't really matter. Um, and another big one is delete. So, if you've ever deleted, something off your to-do list or something along those lines, it probably just sent a delete method to the server and sent along like the ID of it. So those are like the super basic HTTP request. Like the whole web works like this. If you understand this, you kind of understand like a fundamental part of how the internet communicates is with these request methods. So